What if I told you that one of history's most respected philosophies, a system of thought designed to empower us from within, has in our modern world become something dangerously close to a scam? Today, Stoicism, once the guide of emperors and warriors, has been repackaged, sold, and exploited. It's a philosophy that promised resilience, inner peace, and strength of character. Yet it's now being marketed as a quick fix, a secret to fame, fortune, and an unbreakable exterior. How did this ancient path to wisdom and virtue turn into just another tool in the self-help industry's arsenal? Or worse, a product to be sold on every street corner of the internet? From motivational coaches to social media influencers, and even within certain male-focused communities, Stoicism has been stripped down, rebranded as Stoicism, and advertised as a hack for ultimate success. But in this stripped-down version, has the real value of Stoicism, the courage, integrity, and deep self-understanding, been left behind? We're here to peel back the layers and examine the reality behind modern Stoicism. Is this really what the ancient Stoics intended? Are we selling ourselves short by buying into this new flashy version of Stoicism? Stay with us to uncover how Stoicism became the world's greatest scam and why rediscovering its real power could be more rewarding than anything money can buy. To grasp the shift in Stoicism's role, we need to start with its origins. Zeno of Citium, the founder, created this philosophy after losing everything in a shipwreck. A complete transformation of fortune that forced him to ask, what can I control in a world this unpredictable? The answer he found was simple yet profound. We can only control our inner responses. Stoicism thus became a philosophy of self-mastery, not a quick-fix formula for outer achievements. The teachings were not about climbing the social ladder, but about finding peace within. Today, however, Stoicism is often presented as a path to material success, rather than a journey toward inner resilience. Consider Epictetus's advice. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Originally, this was guidance for navigating adversity with calm acceptance. Yet it's frequently spun into a motivational can-do slogan, as if every setback is just an opportunity for wealth building. The therapeutic aspect, Stoicism's ability to build mental stability, has largely been abandoned in favor of what might sound catchy or productive. But ancient Stoics weren't interested in productivity. They wanted self-understanding and peace of mind, a process that took dedication and time. When the pandemic hit, millions turned to Stoicism, hoping to find stability in chaotic times. Social media was flooded with Stoic quotes, like Marcus Aurelius's famous line from Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." People clung to these words in the face of lockdowns, job losses, and an uncertain future. Stoicism provided comfort as a philosophy that accepted hardship and encouraged people to focus on what they could control: their thoughts, their actions, and their reactions. However, with this resurgence, a new wave of what we might call pop Stoicism emerged. Simplified quotes flooded timelines without context, creating the impression that Stoicism was as simple as flipping a switch to feel better. Rather than delving into the deeper aspects of Stoic thought, many were encouraged to use Stoicism as a quick emotional fix. One example was the surge of online Stoicism challenges, where followers were instructed to adopt Stoic attitudes for a few days, only to move on to the next trend. Stoicism became more of a fleeting social media trend than the grounded practice of self-discipline it was meant to be. The classical Stoics built their lives around four central virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. These weren't just principles, but a blueprint for enduring life's storms with strength and dignity. Wisdom, for example, meant seeing situations clearly, without illusions or biases. Courage was about standing firm in the face of challenges. Temperance guided them in moderating desires, and justice reminded them to treat others fairly. Yet in today's quick-fix culture, these values have been reshaped to fit the demands of productivity and performance. Wisdom is now interpreted as efficient decision-making. Courage has become a motivational trope used in high-stakes professions, encouraging people to go all in and take risks. Temperance, the virtue of self-restraint, is often left out entirely in a consumer-driven world. Justice, a principle that shaped ancient Stoic interactions and community ethics, is rarely discussed, likely because it requires long-term commitment to the well-being of others. Take, for example, the virtue of courage. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic, faced countless crises, from wars to plagues, often personally sacrificing comfort for the greater good of his people. Today, courage is often reduced to a motivational slogan for going after big goals or quitting a job to follow your passion. This interpretation misses the quiet, consistent bravery the Stoics emphasized, a bravery rooted not in ambition, but in facing life's hardships with resilience. It's impossible to discuss modern Stoicism without mentioning Ryan Holiday. His books, like The Obstacle is the Way, introduced millions to Stoicism, especially entrepreneurs, athletes, and business leaders. Holiday made Stoic teachings accessible, but in doing so, Stoicism itself became a marketable product. From journals and courses to Stoic quotes on mugs and t-shirts, Stoicism became something you could buy, subscribe to, and show off. Holiday's daily Stoic brand presents Stoicism as a lifestyle, often encouraging readers to use Stoicism for self-optimization and success. While his books provide valuable insights, there's an undeniable commercial angle, one that risks overshadowing Stoicism's true purpose. Holiday's courses, like the Taming Your Temper program, package Stoic ideas in digestible activities. But as one reviewer put it, they often feel more like personal development exercises than philosophical reflection. The Daily Stoic store even sells Stoic medallions with phrases like memento mori, remember you will die, a reminder of mortality, which now functions more as a collectible than a guiding principle. This commercialization leads many to question, is Stoicism now just another product? The Stoics themselves warned against the pursuit of wealth and fame, yet these are the very goals that many modern-day followers are encouraged to chase. An unexpected twist in Stoicism's modern revival has been its embrace within the manosphere, a network of online communities focused on hypermasculinity. Here, Stoicism has morphed into what some call Broicism, a version of Stoicism rebranded as a tool for self-defense and power. In this space, emotional detachment and control are promoted as masculine ideals, often in ways that stray far from Stoicism's roots. For instance, Andrew Tate and other figures in this sphere have marketed Stoic practices as techniques for cultivating power and dominance over others, suggesting that Stoicism is about being unbreakable, indifferent, and even ruthless. This version of Stoicism sees vulnerability as weakness, encouraging men to shut down emotions rather than understand them. But true Stoicism wasn't about emotional suppression. It was about learning to work through emotions, understanding them, and not being controlled by them. This reimagined Broicism rejects compassion, community, and empathy, all traits that the ancient Stoics valued deeply. Instead, it frames Stoicism as a means to become untouchable, to be feared rather than respected. The irony is that figures like Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic and Roman emperor, ruled with a sense of duty to his people, even writing that leaders must care for others as limbs of the same body. Today's Broicism, however, would have people believe that Stoicism is about individual gain at any cost. What often gets lost in the noise around modern Stoicism are the deeply personal insights of ancient Stoic writers. Marcus Aurelius wrote his Meditations as a personal journal to navigate his responsibilities as emperor. Epictetus, born a slave, found freedom in Stoicism's mental resilience, and Seneca's letters wrestled with personal ethics in a political world rife with corruption. These writings were raw, full of struggles, and aimed at moral improvement rather than public approval or profit. Today, though, many of these personal elements have faded, replaced by the sleek, branded side of Stoicism. People seeking Stoicism now encounter a checklist of tips for being Stoic, rather than an encouragement to question and grow from within. As one modern Stoic practitioner put it, Stoicism isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about learning to face it. But facing hardship doesn't fit neatly into an Instagram quote or a 30-day challenge. Stoicism requires reflection, patience, and honesty, traits that can't be bought or rushed. Genuine Stoicism involves confronting our vulnerabilities, building relationships with integrity, and approaching each day with humility. Yet the quick-fix Stoicism of today doesn't leave much room for vulnerability, nor does it encourage the slow process of developing inner strength. By reducing Stoicism to productivity hacks, we lose the depth that made this philosophy a source of strength for centuries. Stoicism, in its original form, was a philosophy that embraced life's complexity, demanding character, resilience, and compassion. Today, though, Stoicism stands at a crossroads. From a therapeutic, introspective practice, it's been transformed into a brand, a life hack, and sometimes even a status symbol in the manosphere. Stoicism, at its core, is about cultivating inner peace, resilience, and virtue, a commitment to personal growth that's not always easy or glamorous. Yet somewhere along the way, these deeper teachings have been overshadowed by a trend for quick Stoicism, something you can consume, wear, or turn into a shortcut for success. We've seen how a philosophy meant to guide us through our deepest struggles can become something altogether different, something transactional and superficial, far removed from the teachings of Zeno, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus. Here's the truth. The real power of Stoicism isn't found in quick fixes or catchy quotes. It's found in the quiet, often challenging work of becoming a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. This ancient philosophy was never meant to be a tool for dominance or an Instagram caption. It's a lifelong journey of self-mastery and understanding, but it doesn't have to stay that way. If Stoicism resonates with you, consider going back to its roots. Dive into the original text and ask yourself, are we practicing Stoicism to become better people, or are we just chasing the next quick fix? Let's think about how we can approach Stoicism with respect for its depth, its demands, and its true purpose. And now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Stoicism is still relevant today? Has it been misrepresented, or is there value in these modern interpretations? Drop a comment below, share your thoughts, and let's create an open discussion around what Stoicism can and should be in today's world. Now that we've deconstructed some of the myths around Stoicism, let's take a closer look at how modern love is entangled in the very same cultural and philosophical crises. Our next video reveals the real problem with love today and why so many people feel unfulfilled in their relationships. Watch now to learn more. If you're interested in more explorations like this, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Join us as we dig deeper into the philosophies and principles that can help us live with purpose and strength.